Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. I blog over at Jaggers.com. That link is in the description box, as well as links to all of my social media. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to get subscribed. You won't miss any videos that way. And all the links to everything I'm talking about and sharing will be below, as well as linked in some cards. So today I am doing a reflecting video. Normally, I do a blog post of what I'm thinking, smelling, eating, doing, and that usually accompanies these kind of videos. I hope to get that done. If so, I will let you know again in the description box, and you can hop over to my blog and check it out. So, I thought I would do a reflecting video very casually. Here I am in front of my desk, just speaking with you guys, and that's all this video is going to be. So many of you guys have followed, but so many of you guys are new and don't really know, my life that well. So I thought I would share what 2017 looked like and felt like, and as well as January 2018. And we'll do these videos every month, so we really get a good idea and a good gauge of how, life has been lately. So in January 2017, Scott and I had split up, and I started dating Ryan. For those of you who do not know, Ryan is an older boyfriend I've had before. I've known him pretty much my entire life, and we've always kind of had something special. And we started dating again. We got pregnant in November and had a miscarriage in January. It was really one of the hardest moments of my life. It was sad and depressing, and I had to work through it. And while I was working through that in January 2017, my husband died. Scott was somebody I spent a lot of time with and was very close to, and pretty much had a love-hate relationship with. I loved him very, very much, and there was things about him that I hated. It was shocking and sad and hard. Always seem like I'm reflecting on what could have been done differently, what signs we all missed. It seems like it's always going to be something that's lingering in the back of my mind. And it was a very difficult time, and he is very much missed. And January a year ago was just one of the hardest moments for a couple reasons. And Ryan and I had just moved into this apartment, and we were just getting settled, and Scott had just given me Romeo back, and I was just trying to find my way. I think you would find that 2017 for me was the year of therapy. And, it just took a lot to work through those hard moments. I'm still working through both of those, the miscarriage and Scott passing away. I recently was told about somebody saying that Scott was in a better place now. And, me and his daughter were sitting back talking about that statement. And maybe you have your beliefs, and I definitely believe in God and afterlife and heaven, but it's not just about Scott. I feel like so much of my life was always about him, but there's his children and his grandchildren and his family that are not better off because he's gone. And it was just a very stupid statement in our opinion. Because now so many people don't get to know him, and he doesn't get to see, his daughter mature, or his grandchildren grow up, or his son go into the military. He doesn't get to see any of that. So I don't know how it's better. I don't feel like he was an unhappy person. He was very happy in our marriage, and our marriage lasted a very long time. And I just feel like he also kind of got lost. I also got his ashes in 2017, and I gave Laura some of those ashes, and I plan on mailing his son some of those ashes as well. It's just taken a little while to let go, I guess. And so his son is still young, and Laura and I thought it would probably be best to wait till he's just a little bit older. But in 2017, as a family and even on my own, there was so much I was dealing with, and it was very hard. And we moved kind of on into March, and in March I got pregnant again, and we were actively trying, and I was beyond happy. I was elated, and it's really been one of the best moments of my life, that pregnancy. It was scary, and it was complicated, but it was amazing. And so as the year went on and the months went on, I had a wonderful pregnancy. It was hard, you guys, as you probably know through my pregnancy updates and my Instagram posts, but I got through it. And I actually plan on doing like a postpartum video, and I'll talk more about everything I went through. Also in 2017, I worked 2 different kinds of jobs. I worked some serving jobs, which really helped build up my confidence, and I worked at a call center, which was extremely helpful in my pregnancy because I stay seated the entire time and just worked on the phones and on the computer, and that worked out very, very well for me during that time. I've had amazing support throughout the year from my family and my friends, and co-workers, and my mom, and Laura, and my best friend, and Ryan, and the teenagers have been a major support system for me as well. It's just been very loyal and very loving as I have transitioned into basically a different phase of my life. I felt like I had a good pregnancy emotionally, which is so important. Ryan and I didn't fight very much, and we still don't. It took over everything, the pregnancy, basically, but it was heavy moments for me primarily, and I feel like that makes such a difference on your baby. Parenting the teenagers in 2017 was challenging, but fun. They have all their own personalities. Mackenzie is one big ball of smiles and drama and loud. She's loud. She's got a big personality. Brittany is serious and more quiet and snarky. And Jackson is bubbly and goofy, and they all 3 are different. And it's been a challenge figuring out how to parent all 3 of them. Mackenzie is here Monday through Friday. Jackson is here basically Monday through Friday. Brittany is here about once or twice a week. She's the busiest one out of all of them with school, cheer, and work. And Brittany actually starts driving on the 31st, so I'm a nervous wreck over it, but I am excited for her. In 2017, for the first time in a very long time, I slowed down on social media. I slowed down on posting videos, sharing on Facebook, sharing even on Instagram. I just felt like I needed to be more private and protect my family and my child and my pregnancy and my teenagers and my life. Basically because of hate. And I felt lost, and I think many of you saw that, but I didn't have time to lay in the bed and cry and be depressed. I had to put one foot in front of the other, and I had to move on. I had to move on with life. I am still here, and I didn't die, and I still have children and grandchildren and a family that needs me. So I really tried to focus on them in 2017 opposed to just sharing everything online. I felt lost in my relationships quite a bit. I felt lost for a while politically with everything going on, and I know so many of you guys understand what I'm saying. I just felt like I needed to really focus on me and on my family. And so, I slowed down on everything, and so many of you guys stuck with me and waited on those videos to start showing up. And look, they are showing up now. I feel comfortable sharing again. What I realized is, like, it's basically the same 12 to 15 people who talk crap about me. And, it's not my business really what they think of me. It's their thoughts, and they can think what they want. I still have goals. I still have goals of things I want to accomplish, like moving out of this apartment. But I've been grateful, and financially this apartment makes sense. It's hard with 3 teenagers, a baby, and Ryan and myself in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's very hard. Right now the baby's in my room with Ryan and I. Mackenzie's in the baby's room most nights, and Jackson's on the couch. And so, I still have goals and hopes on moving, but this really fits our budget right now, and I haven't been working. I've been actually, just spending time with the baby and with the kids, doing what I need to do around the house, and I feel grateful for that. And I feel like that is more important than finding a big, big house. And I'm not stressed out over bills. Birthdays and Christmases are always difficult because they're so close to each other for our kids. But, we feel comfortable with where we're at financially. However, we need a bigger place to live. So, I definitely have goals to move and to eventually get a grown-up job again. I'm hoping to get through at least the first year home with AJ so I can spend as much time with him as possible. And then, Ashley daycare decreases in price as they get a little bit older. So hopefully by the time he's 2 or 3, I'll be able to work full-time outside the house. And, I don't know exactly what direction I'll go in. If it's going to be some type of office job or paralegal job or sales job, like selling cars. Laura and I both thought about doing that for a moment. Or if it's just going to be a couple serving jobs, which I can do pretty good serving. And I like the cash in hand. But, I will go back to work eventually. Let's see. Coming into January of 2018, we've been a pretty happy family. We've had a little bit of drama with our kids, but not anything where, it's caused major issues within our family. The kids kind of blended really well, which is nice. And again, they have been just oohing and gooing over AJ, and it just warms my heart all the way around to see how much they love him and accept him and interact with him. It's just been amazing watching that, through the end of 2017 and into this new year. I feel like, since I have moved home, my life has been so much fuller. And it really has. I have spent so much time with Laura. I'm with Laura almost every single day. Her children, which I call her tribe, which are my step-grandchildren, I guess. I hate the word step, so I don't like to use it, so I just say my grandchildren. But I feel like with the family and the friends and my mom being here and my cousins and Ryan and Ryan's family, I feel like my life has really come full circle. And that started changing towards the middle to end of 2017. I just started becoming a lot more active with everybody. We usually have girly mornings where we sit around and have coffee with one of our good friends. We get together in the afternoons sometimes and evenings. Ryan gets along well with Laura and all of her kids, and Ryan's sister and I are getting a lot closer, which is really nice. And we see her 2 or 3 times a week, and Ryan's dad was just here, and my mom was just here. I mean, everybody is always around, and you know, I think I just really missed that when I lived away from here. So I'm just blessed that I have a fuller life. In 2018, I started planning more. That has been something that I really needed to do. I needed to get back into routines, from cleaning routines to nighttime and morning routines, to routines with AJ, to routines with our teenagers, to cooking routines, menu planning again, getting back in the kitchen, just all kinds of different planning and video planning for YouTube, blog planning. I mean, it's just been a lot of planning. And I've been using a inspirational planner that I shared already. I think I shared it in my last day in the life video, and I'll link it in a card for you guys. And it's a wonderful planner. I love it. It's got inspirational quotes all the way through it. But I have really been missing my Midori Traveler's Notebook, and I do have a full video of how I have previously set it up, and I'll put that in as well. But I have reordered a lot of Midori products, a lot of new inserts. I plan on going back to that. The brown leather is worn on mine, and it's just beautiful, and I've just missed it. And so, you know, I felt like I found planner peace with that Midori Traveler's Notebook, and nothing has really been able to replace it. It's not a big bulky Erin Condren planner or Inkwell Press planner. It's long and skinny if you don't know what a Traveler's Notebook is, and it's customizable, and it's just so nice. And the leather wears over time and kind of becomes distinct in its own right. And so I've missed that, and I plan on sharing some of those videos with you in 2018. January here, weather-wise, has been cold and wet. We've had a few warm days, but we've had snow and ice, and most of those days when we have weather like that, I do not leave the house. So it's not been an overly harsh winter, at least I don't feel like it has been. But it's definitely been cold and gloomy, and we've all kind of been inside, but it's been perfect for a new baby. We've, you know, spent a lot of cozy nights, Ryan and I, right here with our new baby, enjoying each other, bonding as a family, and just growing. And, you know, Ryan used to go out quite a bit. Now he's not at the bar hardly at all. He has like a little local bar. It reminds me of the show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And it's just a little local hole in the wall, but he used to go quite a bit. And that has totally changed. He's home all the time now. So for January 2018, it's really been planning, reorganizing, taking time just for my family. Sometimes the apartment's a mess, and I have a baby in my lap, and I have a blog post that needs to be written, and a video that needs to be recorded, and most of that stuff gets put off because, you know, the baby is my #1 priority, along with the teenagers and my relationship and my home. Just like so many of you guys, I struggle to balance my time, and family is very important to me. So making time to spend with all the kids just means so much. And so, you know, there's been years that have happened where I feel like they passed us by, and I wish I could have done more with Brittany, or I wish I would have took more time with Jackson, or had more in-depth conversations with Laura. But this has not been that way, at least not coming out of 2017 and going into 2018. I just feel like I'm getting settled. And, you know, I don't know exactly when we will move, but I don't see us staying here forever. and I am just very grateful we've had this apartment, and that we're both, happy here, and it's a warm, safe place for our children, even if we are piled on top of each other some nights. But I feel like, I have really minimized things in 2018 a little bit. I don't have massive amounts of makeup anymore. I have a decent amount, don't get me wrong, but trying to simplify and not have a lot of things that I'm not using, because there's not a lot of storage here, and I have yet to rent a storage container or a storage shed or whatever you want to call it, but I'm getting close. But there's not a lot of extra space, so trying to just have what we need opposed to just a lot of useless stuff has been something I've been focusing on. I had tried to focus on reading more and just making time to de-stress and to not get worked up over little things. I think I'm definitely a work in progress, like many of you. I'm far from perfect. I don't even strive to be perfect anymore. I am very content in where life is now. I still miss Scott some days, and I miss my grandmother and my grandparents and a lot of people that have already left this world, but I'm still fighting the fight and trying to be strong and be a good mom and a good girlfriend and a good friend, and making that my priority instead of just letting the little things pass me by without paying any attention to them. It's important to get down on the floor and play and read books to Harper and to Ashlyn and to Roman and now to AJ, and just try to refocus my energy. And I feel like I've done really well with 2018 so far, but I can do better, and I plan on doing better. I plan on working out, and I have done very little of that in 2017 and 2018. But I feel like, once we get our memberships to the YMCA, that will change. And, we'll get through it 1 month at a time. And I will be doing these updates for you and for myself. So, eventually one day I can go back and look at these videos and reminisce. And, I have some documentation of what we were doing when. And Facebook is great for that because it's always sharing, on this day. And to be very honest, sometimes that's quite haunting for me, because, I'll see a picture of my grandfather or a picture of Scott that I had shared this time last year or 8 years ago or 7 years ago, whatever it is, and I am reminded of what life was, different years that have passed, and it's amazing to see the progression. I know that, it might not seem like I have progressed, especially in an apartment, but I'm not really talking about materialistic items. I'm talking about emotionally and within my soul, within my spirit, and just trying to find my way. So that is my life right now. That is the life currently. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you're new to my channel, if you have any questions, you can leave those below. But I will work on getting that blog post done, and once it is, I'll let you know in the description box. And that's a very in-depth blog post. It's a little more fun. I thought about transitioning that into a video as well, like what I'm thinking, what I'm eating, what I'm smelling, all of that. And maybe we'll try that format for next month if it's something that sounds interesting to you guys, or I can just, keep these rambly kind of videos going and continue with that blog post. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue to blog. it's, you know, definitely something I used to enjoy doing, and I'm trying to get back to, but it's not like a top priority right now. But I do want to try to get the one that goes with this video live for you guys. So within a day or so, that should be up on kjaggers.com. Again, that link is in the description box. Don't forget to get subscribed. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.